Hey guys, guess what? We're going to learn something very beautiful, and I'm going to take you around the tone of a passage. Oh yes. So one of the major areas in comprehension that you must never play with, you will always see it every time, is tone of a passage. You know, I've broken comprehension into different parts for you, and we are looking at all of them one after the other because this year is efficiency for you. You must blast your English very well and then come out with nothing less than 350 as your overall Jamb score. So are we ready to go? Well, let's go. So under the tone of a passage, right, what do you also call it? It's either you see the question coming as, okay, what is the tone of the author, or what is the attitude of the writer in the passage? That's why we call the tone of a passage the attitude of the writer, or the attitude of the author in that particular passage. And I'm going to start with lesson 1. You get no stress. We're just going to go jejely together and do our do's. Yeah, let's go. So under the tone of a passage, the first question is, what is the tone of a passage? And what should you know? Like the definition, very simple. Just tell us this, that the tone of a passage refers to the attitude. You know, if somebody is speaking to you in harsh tone, right, it depends on the person's attitude or the person's mood or the feeling of that person at that particular time. That's why we said that the tone of a passage refers to the attitude or the feeling conveyed by the writer or speaker through their choices of words and style of expression. So what is the tone of a passage? The tone of a passage refers to the attitude or the feeling conveyed by the writer or speaker through their choice of words and style of what? Expression. For example, there is a way somebody will tell you, please leave this place, right? There's a way somebody will tell you, please leave this place. The two of them are two different tones and they convey two different meaning, right? Kindly leave this place. Kindly leave this place. You see, probably this person is trying to avoid something or avoid like an embarrassment or something, and then the person is telling you, kindly leave this place. That's a command, and that tone is harsh. So what is the tone of a passage? It refers to the attitude, right, or feeling conveyed by the writer or the speaker through their choice of words and style of what? Expression. If you get that very quickly, I want you to know that the tone of a passage is a crucial element of writing. Oh yes, because if you are reading something like a passage, you can feel the tone of the writer. Like you know exactly the tone of that writer or the author. Are you getting it now? That's why it's a crucial element of writing that reflects the emotional context and perspective of the author. And as we move together, you are going to see a lot of things I'm going to be showing you very carefully. Hold on a bit. The complete series of classes, right, as far as your syllabus is concerned regarding your Jamb and WAEC, everything has been covered in details for you in the LearnLift app. And guess what? The sweet part is that you have access to your CBT, right? You have access to your video lessons, you have access to your notes, you have access to your past questions. Everything from the beginning to the end is directly in the LearnLift app for you. So all you have to do is just mark down to Play Store or App Store and download the LearnLift app where you follow all your classes from the beginning to the end. A quick one before we move. Let's get back to class. Enjoy. Also note two things very quickly under the tone of a passage. Two things you must never forget. Number one is that tone can vary widely, ranging from the serious tone, right? You know whether the person is serious or is humorous or like funny or sarcastic, right? Even if that's sarcastic, it can be formal, it can be what? Informal or in between. So as we move, you are going to learn all of these things very carefully with me. And don't forget that in essence, tone is the outward manifestation of the author's mood. So the outward manifestation of the author's mood, what is it called? It's called tone. And that's what it is. That tone now that shape their word choices and their writing style. Are you ready? If you are good to go. Oh yeah, stay with me. Let's move together. There are different kinds of tone that you must know. And as far as this exam is concerned, I'll open you up to 10 different kinds of tone. How many? 10 different kinds of tone that you must know. And they include the following. Number one is called the tone of satire. What is it called? The tone of what? Satire. Number 1 is the tone of what? Satire. Don't forget it. Number 2 is called the tone of sarcasm. So there's difference between satire and sarcasm. As we get down to business, you are going to see all of them. Then we have what is called didactic tone. What is it called? Didactic tone. That's number 3. Tone of satire, tone of sarcasm, didactic tone. And then number 4 is called the tone of non-committal. The tone of non-committal. And then we have what is called historical tone. Aside historical tone, we have what is called analytical or expository tone, where the person is trying to like give analysis or something. Don't worry, I will explain. And then we have what is called your argumentative tone. Argumentative tone. I know in your mind now you say it's quarter tone. I don't know. We're going to explain it. And then we have what is called the tone of approval or the tone of what? Disapproval. You know, Nigerian parents majorly they have this one. In fact, it does not even have to be with their tone. When the visitor is around, or maybe you go and visit somebody and then they give you food while you were much more younger, they give you food to eat, and you want to start eating. You know, you ask your mommy, should I eat? Then your mommy just eat now. You already know exactly where she's going to, right? Try yourself and eat it. You go collect, you go hear wine when you reach house. And then number 9 is called critical or fault-finding tone. Critical or fault-finding tone. And then number 10 is called objective and subjective tone. These are the 10 different kinds of tone I'm going to be opening you up to. The tone of satire, the tone of sarcasm, the didactic tone, then we have the tone of non-committal, historical tone, analytical or expository tone, the tone of approval or disapproval, your critical or fault-finding tone, and then we have objective and what? Subjective tone. If you are ready and you are good to go, tell me you are good to go, sir. And I'll see you in the next class. So I'm going to start with the first one. And what's the first one? That's the tone of what? Your satire. And that is our number 1. So I'm going to go all the way to number 10. I'll see you in that class. After the tone of satire, we're going to look at passage under it, answer questions, and then move. See you in the next class. Enjoy. Bye-bye. Hope you've enjoyed this class. Guess what? To follow up for more classes, just download the LearnLift app, whether on Play Store or App Store, and then follow up your classes. You must do extremely well. I'll see you in class. Bye-bye.